Hi guys, I had my radiation appointment today and I was very anxious about it last night, and I have been for quite a few days actually. I've been more anxious about my radiation than I have about my chemotherapy, and I'm not quite sure why, and I just think it's just because it's like, you know, the radiation and that machine. I just don't know why I'm so concerned about that. So I had my appointment today. So basically I went to the hospital. I went and had my appointment, and then when I first went there, I went into this one corridor where there was hardly anybody like having any treatments done. And then today she sent me to like a different area, and it made more sense now. There was a lot more people around there. So I went around to where I needed to go, and I sat down in a waiting room, and while I was waiting there was a little boy there having radiation therapy as well. And he'd just finished his treatments off, and his mum and dad had made him a big poster that he could put up, so every time that he had some radiation treatment he could put a sticker on it. And then they asked him if he wanted to ring the bell, and honestly it set me off crying, if I'm honest. I don't know why. It got really emotional just seeing a little kid of like 8, little boy, like ringing the bell for like his radiation treatments were over. So I have 20 rounds of radiation. So I went into the room, and it's a great big massive device, and you lie down, you put your legs like on a pillow thing, and you put your head in, it's like a well, so obviously your head doesn't move. So they line you all up, they ask you not to move, they move you, like, so if you need to move over to the right or left, you just lay there, and then they move you with like a towel and stuff, a sheet. So they got me all lined up and everything, and it was actually supposed to be like a pre-radiation setup, where I could just do a mock test of my breathing, and if I was okay, she asked me if I could have my first round of radiation treatment today instead of starting it tomorrow. So I said, yeah, sure, let's go ahead and get started. So I laid down, they got me all lined up. We did some practice runs of the breathing because they wanted me to practice holding my breath for 30 seconds. And this is where my anxiety came in, because like it was hard to hold my breath for 30 seconds. And I'd tried to practice it, and every time I tried to practice it and I couldn't hold it for 30 seconds, it was kind of like making me even more anxious and nervous about it because I wasn't able to do that. But when I got laid down, she was saying that, oh, I don't have to hold my breath for 20 seconds. That was such a relief, because 20 seconds is much better than 30, believe me. And anyway, if you can't hold your breath for that long, the machine turns off automatically anyway. So I was led there, they all go out of the room, and then they give you, like, or at least they do where I have my treatments, they give you a monitor, and it's a bit like the old-fashioned Pong from the 80s, and this like little Pong thing. So there was like, that was like monitoring your breath. They put something on your chest to monitor your breath. That goes up and down, and then she would tell us a deep breath in, and the more that you did deep breath in, the Pong thing would go higher, and there was like a green line that you had to hold your breath for, and you held your breath within that green line. And it was nice to have a visual actually, because like I was going to think about counting dots on ceilings or something like that, because I found it harder to try and count and hold my breath for some weird reason. It was so difficult, but to visually see something like that you've got to achieve, it almost turned it into like a little mini game kind of thing. So I held my breath, and then they did it like a fair few times. I just thought I was doing it just for like 3 times over 30 seconds. However, it was like in 4 different areas. So they did it one side of my chest and another side of my chest, of my left chest. So each one of them, like, so it was like 3 times on one, 3 times on the other side. and then also on the lymph node. So they targeted, I think, on the front and the back side of the lymph node. So it was, and then I was worried at one point because like the machine was over here, and I'm there like, you are targeting my left chest, aren't you, and not my right? Because I don't know, I got kind of worried that they were targeting the wrong side at first. Oh lordy, Cassie. She goes, no, we're doing it on the left. We're doing it on the left. Right, okay, good. So yeah, it was actually pretty easy in the end. So I was like worrying about something that I didn't need to worry about again. I do that a lot. I worry about things and then worry about them and worry a little bit more until I'm worried to death, and then whatever it is that I was worried about doesn't even turn out to be true. So yeah, that's just a lesson, isn't it? Stop worrying. Just don't worry. Like, just go and do what you need to do and not worry about things. So yeah, that was about it. So they had music playing in the background, which was really cool as well. So that kind of like took the anxiety away as well. And they also had a great big massive sticker on the front of the machine with a little smiley face. So if they are, I'm assuming that kids do go there. So yeah, I feel like I'm getting emotional again. Don't mean to be. Anyway, I think my eyelashes are growing back. I've noticed eyelashes are coming back. I've noticed eyebrows are starting to grow back. I think these were actually holding on this part here, but I'm starting to notice that some other parts are actually growing back, and the hair on my head, I think that's starting to come through. I actually walked around the mall today without a hat on and no wig, so that was kind of like brave for me. Like, I don't normally do that. I normally go to the mall with a wig on. But yeah, I don't know. Am I doing that for me or am I doing it for other people? I don't know. I honestly couldn't be bothered to put a wig on. I couldn't be bothered. So I went to the mall looking like this. Oh well. So tomorrow I go back for radiation, and basically I'm going to be doing radiation right up until January. And I guess I won't give you guys an update unless like something kind of like totally weird is going on. I did get a different cream because I don't think that other cream was going to work. So I got one of the creams that they recommended on the list, and then I just like slathered it on my chest, and I can't put it on my back there, so I'm gonna have to get my husband to help me out when he comes home. So I hope this is a little bit useful to somebody, and we are doing a hair growth rewatch, by the way. Like, this bit is growing here, this bit is growing here, and I think it's growing around the back as well. I don't think I'm gonna have hair for Christmas, but I'm hoping to at least have eyelashes and eyebrows. Anyway, I'm waffling on. I'm going to let you guys go, but at least you can have an update. I'm a little bit upbeat. I don't know, I feel a little bit down for some weird reason. I'm just going to sit down and play my game. So anyway, bye guys.